On today's episode of Honest Coaching Conversations with Misa, I want to talk to you about fear, specifically addressing fear and how to move beyond it. Have you ever thought about fear and wondered why? Like, what is it? Where did it come from? And why are my fears different than that of my neighbors? So, today, I'd like to talk about it. Webster's dictionary defines fear as an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat, or to feel anxiety or apprehension on behalf of something, or to avoid or put off doing something because one is afraid. I personally translate fear as the act of avoiding or putting something off because of the belief that something bad is likely to happen. Fear can literally paralyze us, and it can have us living our lives from the outside looking in. Many are aware of fears that they have, and yet many are unable to face them. What I find most interesting is that fear is actually a learned behavior. Let me explain. I remember when my child was very young and had first begun to walk. Everything in our home was up for exploration. She would use all of her senses to learn about whatever it was that would catch her eyes in a particular moment, begging her to come and explore. There were times when she'd grab for something and the fear in me would rise because I knew of the danger she faced. Unfortunately, she was oblivious and never felt afraid because as a small child, she could not even see the danger. I had to literally teach her what to be cautious about or what was dangerous and how to be afraid. So my question to you is, who taught you to be afraid? Who gave you their fears? Has fear disabled you from living the life you really want for yourself? Not all fear is necessary. While caution is necessary, fear can come in various extremes, and if we are not careful, fear can cripple and paralyze us. What if life was waiting for you on the other side of fear? What if all you needed to do was take a deep breath, grab the hand of a loved one or support person, and walk into exactly the situation that makes you afraid so that you can face it and then embrace what is on the other side of it? Simply not speaking about your fears to people who you have earned your trust will keep you in a place of fear for much longer than you ever originally planned. It can be heartbreaking and isolating. So if you want to begin life differently, start by writing down your fears. Yes, get a journal or a notebook and leave yourself some room on the pages, but list specifically what it is that makes you have these fears so that you can see the necessary fears from the possibility of the unnecessary ones. Take, for example, a fear of being in the water, right? Specifically, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of possibly drowning? Did this fear come from losing a loved one by a water drowning accident? Did you have an uncomfortable near drowning experience yourself? You may not have these answers right away when you list that you have a fear of being in water, but as you continue and work on your list, the answers may develop later. And that's why I say leave some room on your pages to write this down. Then, after listing out all of the reasons that you can think of for each of the fears that you have listed out, seek ways that you could possibly face the reasons behind the fear and work with a professional if needed to reduce or eliminate that fear. So, back to the fear of water. You may want to seek a therapist or a support group to address the trauma and then sign up for adult swim classes. Now, keep in mind, these steps are not meant to be something that happens all in one day, yet they are a slow progression over time. The point is that you will eventually face your fears, slowly and planned, meticulously calculated, so that one day you will find yourself on the other side of that fear as an overcomer. Fear should never keep you from living a full life if you so choose. Fear doesn't have to remain a part of your life if you are willing to do the work. Choosing to be honest and transparent about what you are afraid of and then seeking to uncover the reason why is half the battle with conquering your fears. The thing about fear that I want you to understand is that it is natural to experience fear. It is natural to be cautious, and we should definitely teach our children to be cautious. But what makes it a problem is when you find fear crippling you from that in which you would like to enjoy because fear has consumed your life. So choose today to stop avoiding fear and plan to take action by facing it head on. Remember to enlist the help as needed, but most importantly, do something about your fear. Whatever that fear is that's causing you to live life less than what you would desire it to be. I want you to believe in yourself and all that you are. Love yourself above all else, and to thine own self always be true. Until next time.